on the 2024-25 NBA season series. The off season has only just begun. It's been a day since the Nets won the championship, but already a day in the off season, Kevin Durant gets traded to the Washington Wizards for Chris Middleton, Marcus Smart, and 2 first-round picks, 1 top 3 protected, 1 unprotected for 2027. And the Suns, what a nod trade. This is for Phoenix. They obviously got Chris Middleton. They will trade his value for a much bigger project. And I mean, Chris Middleton, he can still be good, but the question is, will he be Kevin Durant good? Marcus Smart, of course, the point guard that was added to this trade. It could have been said a trade to go for Russell, for Durant's former teammate Westbrook, and now is there still a possibility where Russell Westbrook still goes to DC? We will see. But for the Wizards, they, of course, they just also won the 2025 NBA draft lottery. They could get either Cooper Flag or Anka, but of course it is still questionable on who the Wizards will draft. Of course, they will need a point guard. They have Jordan Poole still. And by the way, speaking of Jordan Poole, Jordan was not included in this trade, in which the Wizards, of course, they got asked for Jordan Poole, but Jordan Poole himself said, no, I don't want to be in that trade. So they tried their best to convince either Kevin Durant and Washington, and Durant wanted to go to Washington, which really gasps me why. Either there's something going on behind the scenes between Kevin Durant and some players, or Kevin Durant really just wants to go to Washington, because the Wizards, of course, they're a bad team. But before that, the talks really happened during the 2025 playoffs, and Kevin Durant accepted it, and he didn't know that the Wizards will win the lottery. So Kevin Durant got lucky with the team. I think he thinks, well, if I just want superstardom, I want achievements, I want to stay here in Washington, prove to myself, well, prove to everyone else that I can do this in a one-man show. But with the Wizards now winning the lottery, it's a possibility that they could get Cooper Flag, or they can get a point guard in Zedenka, which, by the way, Zedenka was unknown to the scouting report until he dropped a quadruple double in a pro league game. So they're of course scouting him. First, the Sixers were scouting him. Actually, it wasn't a quadruple double. It's just really that he got scouted a lot by the players. He got scouted a lot by Philadelphia and also the Minnesota Timberwolves, but of course the Timberwolves made it to the conference finals, so it didn't work well for them. So Kevin Durant, a Wizard? Well, we thought, well, Durant won't go to Washington. He won't. It's impossible for him to go to Washington. But of course, it happened. It already happened. Kevin Durant went from a Phoenix Sun, now back in Washington, in the United States Capitol. As he slams it down forward to practice. And as you can see, Kevin Durant in Washington Wizards jerseys still feels surreal. Maybe Kevin Durant's trying to cook up here for team with the Washington, maybe, because if you're an NBA superstar, would you go to a team like the Wizards where Jordan Poole is just running the show? They basically went into playing tournament, of course, but they started really bad. They're really basically a poverty team. But now Kevin Durant is in a Washington Wizards jersey, maybe waiting for something to happen. I don't know, maybe they still have interest in Russell Westbrook, which that could still possibly happen. Maybe Russell Westbrook will go to Washington, return to where he broke the triple-double record. He actually broke the triple-double record in DC. As Kevin Durant, well, I don't think Kevin Durant wanted to go to Washington because of something fishy, but I guess really that's what he liked. Of course, you can't blame Kevin Durant for going in this route, but I feel like there's something cooking. I just feel like it that there's something cooking in DC that we don't know about. As you see, Bob Carrington and Bilal Coulibaly. Of course, Coulibaly had that injury, didn't play in the play-in tournament. But yeah, I mean, Kevin Durant, now they have a new teammate in KD. And there might be something else cooking, maybe in just a couple of days' time, but maybe just a couple hours time. Just this offseason is really weird, especially the day of the draft lottery. Of course, Washington got the pick, and I'm not even kidding to you. Do you want to see the draft lottery? Alright. I'm not even kidding. There it is. It was their pick, and the Wizards got it. So that's gonna do it. The Wizards, they get Kevin Durant. That might actually benefit Durant and the Wizards if they need a really good powerhouse. Durant, he might lead them to the playoffs, maybe even a championship at sorts, if possible. But the Wizards championship window is closed now that they traded Chris Middleton and young Marcus Smart, which was a good decision by those two. They obviously got traded to Washington. Then the Wizards got better after that. Middleton averaged 17 points per game that season. So, okay, that's gonna do it. See you in the next one. It's goodbye. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Kevin Durant to Washington.